Monday.
Yes, to Let's Get It Mondays.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. I am hyped up.
I'm hyped up because Toronto FC made it to the finals. So TFC all the way, baby. Happy about that. They play on, I think it's Sunday they play.
I don't know.
We're going to bring that cup home. And again, like I said, it's funny that, Canada's two best teams are a basketball and soccer team and not a hockey team. So we need to fix that.
I know.
We need to fix that,
The
Toronto.
Maple Leaves, where are you?
Yeah, where are you? But anyway,
what's going on?
It's Starbucks this morning. My liquid cocaine has come with a little bit of fanciness to it. And you know you're humble when I get a call from my cute little baby sister who's trying to spoil me. And she goes, I'm going to Starbucks. What do you want? And I say, I don't know. A regular? She's like, they don't do regular at Starbucks.
I'm like, what the hell's a regular? Do you just want like a regular coffee?
I felt so basic. So basic. I was like,
I even asked the cashier.
I'm a basic bitch. That's what I came to the conclusion. I'm a basic bitch.
I asked the cashier, I'm like, listen, my brother wants something that will wake him up. Like, she looked at me, she's like, oh.
I don't do Starbucks. I do Timmy's.
She's like,
McDonald's.
Like, she gave me that face like, he's not a drinker. Like,
well, I'm a drinker of coffee. I'm not specific.
Okay,
I don't
McDonald's is okay coffee. I'm not going to lie.
Anyway.
It's okay.
So my liquid cocaine is an extra bougie this morning with my Starbucks. So
but this is a chai tea latte.
Thank you this morning for my coffee.
Mine's a chai tea latte. It still has coffee in it. But...
So it's Monday. We're pumped. I think it's just one of those weeks where we know we just need to. I think we're just well rested. I feel well rested.
Me too.
Like this weekend.
Well,
for me
then again, our time changed, right? So don't we have like an hour more of sleep or something like that?
I think it's an hour less.
No, it's an hour more.
It's an hour more?
Yeah.
I go with what my phone tells me. So my phone tells me. I didn't even know the phone.
No, I think it's an hour more. It's an hour more. I'm pretty sure.
But what I do know is that I did absolutely nothing except hanging out with the family this weekend, and it was amazeballs.
That's good.
So relaxed. I rake my leaves.
Look at you.
We raked the leaves. I should say we. I shouldn't say I. Shouldn't take
manly jobs.
I shouldn't take all the credit. And I barbecued, and it's funny because I actually barbecue more in the winter than I do in the summer.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's probably because I'm indoors more. Summertime, I'm outdoors more, so I don't really stay home to barbecue. Wintertime, on the weekends, you're probably home more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that does make sense, like, because you don't want to go out in the cold and...
But I like barbecuing in the cold. It's cool. I don't know why I'm weird like that. I'm just different. And I'm basic, apparently. How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah,
it was good. Saturday... What the hell did I do Saturday? I can't remember what I did Saturday.
Huh?
Oh, no, I had a birthday party on Saturday. That's what it was. Yeah, it was a birthday party.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, I went to the mom boss brunch.
Mom boss
brunch.
Okay.
Yes. That was wicked. Like, they had phenomenal speakers.
So what was the whole premise? Like, what was the whole point of it?
The whole point of it was to, like, for these ladies to go on there on the stage and tell their story and give you, like, inspirational, like, pushes to keep going and to show you their story, as in, like...
So everybody there was a mom?
Everybody there was a mom.
Well, that's a bonding experience. I mean, you guys all push babies out.
Yeah, right?
All got ripped.
Damn.
Off the rip.
What I really, really liked, honestly, like, I've been to other events, and they're all been phenomenal, but this one particular, like, I was able to resonate even more because the moms, like, the first few speakers that started, they were all young moms. They were all 18 and 19, and now they're, like, killing it, you know? Like, I wish I could, man.
Speaking of killing it, guys, hold on. Before I forget, I feel like Melissa in the morning. Yo, this is you in the morning in your Instagram videos. Hey guys, you just do this with your hair. It's so funny. It kills me every time. Anyway,
so annoying.
We're going to start a little book club. No, we're not. But I picked up this book, all right? You Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I got through the first chapter.
Why'd you get that book?
What do you mean? What? Because 2 people already told me this book was amazing, and they were right. What do you mean? I read. What do you mean?
No,
why?
I know. You can't hurt me.
No, but let me tell you something. You get through the first chapter.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I'm sure it's phenomenal, but I'm just saying because in our personal life.
No,
things have happened. So for him to get this book just kills me. That's
but I buy books all the time. But because 2 people already told me about it, 2 people that are in my circle, I was like, all right, cool. I gotta get this book. I got through the first chapter. I literally just picked it up yesterday. It is
what
amazing.
What is like the kind of like the...
So the premise is basically what he went is through a life of abuse. Okay. He went through a lot of hardship as a child, and he was basically considered a failure. And then he basically, he broke through in his mind, and he's like, no, and he changed everything. He became a Navy SEAL officer. Like, if you look at the first page, see? Situation, you're in danger. So just the first page, you open the book, situation, you're in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential. Mission, to unshuckle your mind. Ditch the victim's mentality forever. Own all aspects of your life completely. Build an unbreakable foundation. Ooh, that's fire.
And I feel like a lot of fire. But that's in that sense, that's exactly what yesterday's event was. But it's too, you know, like all these women telling their story. But I've also gotten the sense, like, to have that boss mentality, you need to throw all that shit out and have that type of mentality,
right?
Or else you will not make it.
All right, I'll give you a little spoiler.
And hold on, let me finish. Hold on, let me finish. Yeah. And like another thing that was really, really good tip, and for the life of me, I can't remember. I'd have to go on her Instagram. And actually, we're using my phone to record this because I forgot the battery of my camera, so I can't even go in to look for the person's name that I'm thinking of. But they were talking about integrated schedules. Yeah. So being a mom, you know, you're obviously way more with the kids. Like, it just happens. The kids call for you rather than they call for the dad.
Of course.
It just happens.
Right.
So how can you make your moves and do all the work that needs to be accomplished for you to get to that goal, right?
You know what?
And everybody has that goal.
Best advice I've heard.
Yeah, and like everybody has that mentality, as in like, oh no, I work. I can only work from 3 to 5, and then I gotta go home.
Yep.
You know, but she's like, no. You want to make it, you gotta work. You gotta put in the work. Meaning, yes, you schedule your time with your kids. You work from, as soon as you drop off your kids, you work from that 9 o'clock till the time that you pick them up. Then you schedule that break from you cooking, spending time with your kids for them to finish their homework, put them to bed, and your ass gets back on that computer and starts working. That's integrated schedule. You have to do that if you want to make it. Those people that tell you, oh no, when you're at home, you have to stay at home and like you know focus on your kids. She's like, that bullshit does not.
A lot of people already do that, but they don't know how to put it into context. So a lot of people already do that. They just don't know how to organize it.
Yeah.
And the key word here is organization. If you can organize your time, you're unlocking Pandora's box to the secret.
Yeah.
Like, you have to organize your time.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you have to have that good balance on the schedule.
Sometimes people think that by just doing stuff, so I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you're being productive. Yeah. No, if anything, you're making it worse for yourself. Yeah. You need to find a priority as to what you're going to do. Because, for example, let's just say you do schedule that time, you get on your laptop, and now you're looking at, I don't know, some, rumor site. You're not actually working. You're just on your laptop.
You start procrastinating.
Stick to the goal.
Yeah, and that's another thing. She's mission, like, take your phone, put it in another room. Yeah. Anything that will be distracting you, you need to
Social
take
media
it
is a
out.
distraction.
Yeah, she's like,
That's why I don't have WhatsApp. Yeah. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. She's talking about.
I don't have WhatsApp because I would have, and not to offend anybody, but the people people that know me know I have a good sense of humor. I promise you, my whole day, my WhatsApp, like if I had WhatsApp, my phone would be like all kinds of stupid shit. All kinds of stupid shit. And I'm going to sit there and look at it, but every time I look at it, I'm wasting 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Those 2 minutes add up.
Yeah.
So you have to prioritize what you're doing with your time. And that's probably the best advice I've heard is knowing how to organize. Like I've heard stories of like parents. I remember this, I heard the story about this one lady who ended up owning one of the biggest banquet halls in Toronto. And the way she did it was she actually started by renting out a kitchen when her kids were babies. So she would go there, she would go to this kitchen, she would make her, because she started, I guess, with catering. So she started catering. She would bring her kids, put them on the floor. The kids would play. She'd bring a little TV, put it in the kitchen floor. The kids would watch TV and play, and she'd cook all night.
Yeah.
To make the food, and do that every day. So she made enough money, got her first location, then her first location bought a bigger location. Now she owns one of the biggest banquet halls.
Unfortunately, the truth is that you will not sleep.
You can't sleep. So,
but like in the sense of like right now, if you want to get to the goal you want, we all have the same 24 hours.
We do.
Right?
It's just how we use them.
Unfortunately, right now, if you're starting a business and you're hungry, like they were saying yesterday, you have to be hungry.
Right.
If you're not hungry, this is not going to work out, and you might as well just not fucking do shit.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? It's just going to take you longer.
Yeah.
But, yes, you have to sleep. Don't get me wrong. But don't think that you're going to be able to get those 8 hours of sleep.
We may have a little bit of a difference here.
Depending yes and no, because that's actually another one that oh my god, not what's his name? It's the tip of my tongue.
I don't know.
Black guy, mustache, funny guy, bald. On TV.
Dave Chappelle?
No, it's not Dave Chappelle.
Wow, bald guy.
No, he has his own like TV show.
Dude, you
gotta talk show. He has his own talk show. He's a funny guy. Oh my god.
Let me repeat what she just said. Bald headed, funny guy, black dude with a mustache. Dude, I can go through a list. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you gotta do better than that. No, he said
that. I saw it. He said that. Like, if you honestly think that, you know, those 24 hours, we all have that. You, like, the celebrity, the millionaire, the billionaire, we all have that.
Same hours,
we all have the same hours. Yeah. He's like, and if you think that you sleeping in bed and laying there for hours and hours, like, that's pretty much. Of the pack.
Yes. I get that. But hear me out, though. And because I'm going to talk now, you're going to think of his name and you're going to cut way through and be like, oh my God, I remember his name. Watch. Don't even think about it. But what I believe in, personally, from personal experience, doing this for a bit, you need to rest. And I'm not saying don't sleep.
Yeah.
All right? I think that's where people fail. That's where people cry. Actually, I think that's the number one reason why people fail is because they don't sleep.
Yes.
And they don't rest. Mm-hmm. So if you're not okay with yourself, if you're not well rested, none of the other shit around you is going to work out. Mm-hmm. I promise you.
No, but learn how much rest you need.
Yeah, there's a small...
some people don't always need 8 hours.
I know.
Right?
7 to 8 works for me. Mm-hmm. If I get 6...
See, for me, it's 6 to 7.
That's you.
I don't... But I think because I'm a mom.
But then on the weekends, I absolutely do nothing.
See, I can't do that.
That's you. I am
different. I don't know
because I know Monday, today, I have to be at 100% battery charge to get me through to Friday. And sometimes Saturday.
I don't know how to shut off.
That's what you got to learn, man. And maybe you need to crash. I mean, I don't want you to crash, but maybe you need to crash in order to feel that, right? Yeah. I've crashed. I've had shingles.
I don't think I'll crash.
You know what shingles is?
Yes, I do.
That happens to old people. This happened to me before I hit 30. That's because I was overstressing.
Yeah.
So I know what it's like to be in that position of shit hits the fan and you don't rest. I need to rest. Mm-hmm. I feel good today because I'm well rested from yesterday. I didn't speak to nobody. I just stayed in my house, rake my leaves, just relax. But that's what gives me peace. Mm-hmm. I need to feel peace in order for me to be able to go 100% the rest of the week.
Yeah.
If I'm go, and there's no rest, dude, today I wouldn't be feeling the way I'm feeling today.
Yeah.
Because I'm well rested. Mm-hmm. Rest is important. I don't think you need to kid yourself with the don't sleep. Yes, you will have sleepless nights, but you have to get that sleep back. You have to rest. Mm-hmm. You are nothing without your rest. There's a small percentage that can rest even less. Mm-hmm. I'm not one of those.
Yeah.
I've learned that, you know, through trial and error.
Yeah.
But I know how I function.
Yeah, because that worked for you. Because you know what works for you.
So I know for a fact I need to be sleeping between the hours of 11:30 and 12:30 for me to wake up at 6:30, 7:30. Mm-hmm. If I'm not asleep past 12:30, my next day is gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
I'm fucked. Like, I'm fucked. I just can't function properly.
Yeah. And you also need like, taking that 1 hour to yourself, which is for you jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Or sometimes just reading.
Yeah.
Like today, like, if I have an hour open, I'm going to read the rest of that book. Mm-hmm. It's a good book. And like
you were going to say.
So the first chapter, and again, spoiler warning, I do apologize, but I'll just give you a kind of like a small summary of it. Basically, the way he grew up with money. He grew up in a very good... money-based family. The thing was that behind closed doors there was a lot of abuse. Mm-hmm. His father owned one of the most popular, if not the popular, skating rink in Buffalo, New York. But he made him work at 6, 7, 8 years old. Made him work. They would sleep in his office. And his father was also a pimp. Mm-hmm. But his mother was the person, he never married his mother, but he lived in, they had this home that everybody saw like, oh wow, look at this nice family, the boys going to school. They didn't know that those boys only got home at 5 in the morning from working at the skating rink the whole night. Because his father owned the skating rink and then he had a bar up top.
That's where all the shit was
going down. And then the mom would tuck him in his office, in his couch, and put him to bed from 10 o'clock to whatever. But they would work the skating rink the rest of the day. They were slaves.
Oh my gosh.
At 6, 7, 8 years old. Mm-hmm. The stories, like horrible stories. Mm-hmm. And he survived. Again, I'm only done through chapter 1 and I'm already hooked. I'm like, holy shit. If I complain about my life, I'm a bitch. Like, I can't complain. Like, this kid went through some shit. You need to. If you don't buy the book, listen through audiobooks or figure it out on YouTube.
I don't know if they have it on Audible.
Maybe they'll have it on YouTube. It's David Goggins, You Can't Hurt Me. Mm-hmm. And I promise you, it's going to change you. I promise you. Anything that you feel you're stressed about when you go through this book, even the first chapter, I was like, I can't complain. Mm-hmm. I legit can't complain. Like, it was crazy, the type of shit this guy was talking about.
Yeah.
His father used to beat. Like, this kid would miss school for a week because he would have, like, just marks all over his back. 8 years old. It was bad.
That's horrible.
And he was a pimp. And he beat the mom, the brother, and him. But to everybody else, they looked like this beautiful family that lived in a good neighborhood.
Don't judge the book by its cover.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's intense. It's an intense first chapter. That's when I'm like, I gotta get through the rest of this.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing. And the beautiful thing is that the end result is that not only is he a motivational speaker, but this guy's a fucking Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
That's one of the toughest military positions to ever earn. Mm-hmm. And he didn't fail. Even though everything was against him, he didn't fail. Trust me. I'll do you a solid.
That type of life, like, either you make it or you don't.
That's what he said. The second chapter is like, I should have been a statistic. Yeah. And it's true. Sometimes we fall into our own prejudices. Like he was saying, he had a learning disability. Another important part of the first chapter, he talks about how, because he had gone through all this abuse, he went to first grade and second grade. And when he went to first grade, he had the first teacher that ever third grade. The first teacher he had knew he had gone through something. She could just tell. He never told her, but she knew, and she actually helped him. Oh, she helped him get through it. He knew that his learning had to be different than everybody else's.
Yeah.
She took the time to teach him. And he thanks her every single page that he can. He thanks her for what she taught him.
And that's in grade 1.
Grade 3. Then he went to grade 4.
Okay.
Total opposite teacher. This teacher knew, and again, but in the book, he talks about how this teacher already knew this kid. As soon as she saw him, special kid, he needs to go in a special classroom. Mm-hmm. She didn't even bother to take the time because she felt that he was taken away from the time of the 30 other kids.
Which is
fine.
Yeah.
But he's showing you the difference of how to get through people. Sometimes people are not taught like everybody else. Sometimes people need that special attention.
And all teachers go to the same
a different type. Right.
Programs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a book based on reality.
Yeah.
And how to go through those challenges. And dude, I'm doing you guys a solid. David Goggins, You Can't Hurt Me. This is for you too. Just listen to it. Listen to his story. And then you're gonna come out and be like, I can do whatever I want. Whatever I put my mind to, I can do it.
Yeah. And that's like what you're pretty much saying is the same thing as yesterday. Like,
Except I didn't push a baby out of my
the only difference is, and he
I
didn't
don't have
either,
a vajaj.
right? So
I didn't push a baby out.
And he didn't
I've
either.
seen it.
Right? So
that shit
but yesterday was really, really crazy. And another thing I was gonna say,
turned me gay for like a week. I was a gay man for like a week. It was not the same. Took a while. Sorry, go on.
You're too much. What I was going to say, the integrating your day was one. Another one that they mentioned, and they said like a lot of things, but these are just ones that really, really stuck with me, right? Is we shouldn't, like, us women shouldn't be afraid of making money. And the reason why I say that is not making money, being aggressive in trying to get your money. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to make money. But for some reason, us women, we have this mentality that like, oh no, when we do a project or we do something, like, oh, we can't ask people for money. We just can't do that. I don't know. There's something in our heads that makes us stop us. And guys is different.
How so?
Because you guys are way more aggressive. Like, as in, like, I guess, like, us women were more sentimental or more sensitive in that aspect. And it's okay to charge people for your services.
Yeah.
Right?
Why would you ever not? Hold on.
No,
so,
I'm saying in, like, the sense of how she was putting it through. That's where I'm trying to get at.
But who feels that they shouldn't charge because they're women?
You should always charge, but, like, just being aggressive with it. Like, don't think you're doing them a favor. You're doing them a favor. They're not doing you a favor. You're doing them a favor. Right, but there are certain women that don't feel that way. They're very, yes,
maybe,
there is.
I don't know.
There is.
I wouldn't allow it.
I know you wouldn't allow it, but there is women that feel that way.
Yeah.
They are, right? So she was saying, like, don't, like, if it was a man, nobody would say anything to you. You know what I mean? But as a woman, if you're aggressive, sometimes people, they look at you and they're like, oh, she's just doing it for the money.
Oh, okay. Maybe, maybe I'm different. I don't know. I haven't come across. I've never.
And I think she was talking more so as in, like, in the corporate world.
Maybe it's I don't know.
But I get what she was saying, because
Male
there
or
are a
female.
lot of women out there that when they start their business, they feel that they need to give everything for free to get their exposure. You don't need to do that. So that's pretty much what she was trying to get at. Like, don't be afraid to charge people. Charge people for your services. Charge.
Right.
It's okay to make money.
Right.
Right.
I guess there is a.
And that's what she was.
I guess there's a concept of being timid, and I get that.
Yeah.
So they're saying don't be timid to ask for the money that you. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, but men go through that too. There's a lot of guys out there that don't know how to charge properly. They don't put their prices down. They don't put their foot down on a price.
But I think she was going
that's
back
something...
and, like, people looking at you. Like, if a man walks in and they're very stern and they know what they're talking about, they're like, oh, he's a boss. Like, he's. But if a woman does that, they tend to say, like, oh, she's a fucking bitch. Like, she's so rude. Blah blah blah.
She's so rude. Okay. I think it goes both ways.
I don't think so.
I think
if
you walk into a room and you smile, you'll probably win more friends than anything. So I try to. When do I ever meet people and just look like an asshole? I can look like an asshole. I can have a very mean face. See that? That's just automatic. See that? See that? I could do that. But I prefer to smile. Mm-hmm. I meet people and I smile, right? Because I know that I could probably win a room more with a smile than with a frown.
Right, but you learned that. Not a lot
I learned
of
that,
people
but
know that.
anybody that... So, for example, if I'm sitting down and somebody comes in here, male or female, and just wants to be an asshole, there's no...
You're going to smile.
There's no gender. I'm just going to smile and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
and I'm going
chill.
to be... And the thing is, the difference between me and you is I would probably react to that.
I wouldn't, because it's like, I know what
wouldn't.
you're doing. But because I know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. See, it's a mental sword game. Mm-hmm. Everything is mental. So when somebody comes in here and they have a shitty attitude, I want to switch that attitude because I know what they're doing, right?
And I'd be like, can you please leave the room?
Yeah, but
turn around and come back properly.
But turn around, look in the mirror, turn around, change, and come back. But what I'm saying is that you can still make your point without being, that. I find that when people stick out their chest more, they're weaker.
Okay.
That's how I see you. If you're around me and I see that you're walking super tight, your chest is out, you're trying to look mean, male or female, that means you're weaker than what you're putting on. Mm-hmm. People that are strong, they're relaxed.
That's true, yeah.
So if you're relaxed, then I know that I can have a conversation with you. Mm-hmm. But if you're around me and you're tight, just tight up, you know what I'm saying? Like, male or female, because women, they have, a face that they put on, they want to be screw-faced, and they want to talk to you. I know you're weak. Mm-hmm. I know there's a weakness to you. Yeah. Because you're trying not to let anybody into that weakness. Mm-hmm. But I read that. Mm-hmm. So now I know that there's something that's going to bug you. Mm-hmm. So I know how to... I already have one up on you. Yeah. But if you're relaxed, if you're just like, hey, nice to meet you, how are you? Boom, I have nothing to read.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Then I put my defenses down because you've created an open, nice environment. Mm-hmm. So I can relax.
Yeah.
But if you're tight, I'm not going to relax. Mm-hmm. Now I want to figure you out. Be like, what is wrong with this person? All right, let me figure them out. Let me dig deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your favorite color? You know what I'm saying? Blue? Why? You're wearing black. Why don't you wear blue? What I'm saying is, it's a mental warfare. Uh-huh. So when you see somebody that's extra, the one that fronts the most, is usually the weakest one.
The weakest link.
The weakest person is the one that fronts the most. The ones that shows out the most is usually the weakest. The one that's more quiet, reserved, and possibly relaxed and just carries on a conversation is probably the strongest in the sense of they have more self-awareness, mm-hmm. and they have less self-doubt than the other individual, right?
Yeah.
And that creates a window of better opportunities and better conversations and better communication.
Yeah.
Right? But again, if you're around me and you're always tight, I'm going to make you laugh.
Yeah.
Like, if I see you, male or female, and you're just tight, like, you're not relaxed, I'm going to crack a joke, break the ice. That's where the term break the ice comes from.
Uh-huh.
And make you relax.
Yeah.
Be like, just be yourself. You don't have to be anything
Chill
else.
out.
Chill out. Hey.
And another one was the mom guilt.
The what?
Mom guilt. I don't know if dads have dad guilt.
What is a mom guilt?
But the mom guilt. So when you're working constantly and you start feeling like, oh, my poor kid, like I don't spend time with them, or you have to drop them off somewhere because you got to go to a meeting or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, guys, I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. You tell me. But moms always have mom guilt. So this one came from Sangeeta Patel that was there. And she was saying, like, no, you got to get rid of that mom guilt. The mom guilt never goes away, but you got to learn how to numb it. Because at the end of the day, these kids are going to see the hardworking women that you are. Right. Or the hardworking men that you are, right? If dads do get dad guilt, I don't know, right? But because the event was all moms, we were specifically just talking about having that mom guilt. So she was pretty much saying, like I said, trying to numb that mom guilt, because it's not going to go away. It's always going to be there. And sometimes that does stop women to keep going forward with their businesses because of that mom guilt that we always get. So she was trying to tell us, like, don't worry about that. Your kids are going to grow up and they're going to see that, you know, boss of a mom that they have, that although they may not have been there to read that book that night, they were there hustling, and they see that and they appreciate that as they grow up, you know. So don't be afraid to focus on your business and try to get to where you are, because at the end of the day, you know, once again, scheduling yourself is key, and trying to numb that mom guilt so that you could keep forward and not letting that stop you. All right.
So let me tell you a little story from personal. No names, no nothing. Okay. I met an individual who is wealthy, has a lot of money, and the ultimate hustler. Like, literally the ultimate hustler.
Guy or girl?
It's a guy.
Oh, okay.
But let me show you what I mean. He's got two children, two boys who are now older, right? And right off the bat, when I met him, he was already telling me there was tension between him and his kids, and I never understood why. And even when I met his children, there wasn't that feeling of love. Like, there was no connection. And I was like, what the hell? I'm like, and I asked him, like, you divorced or something? He's like, no. He's like, I just wasn't there. So in order for him to get to the point to where he's at today, wealthy, money, assets, he would leave for days. Because at that time, when he was bringing his business up, there was no email. There was no way to communicate. There was no Skype.
He had to travel.
He had to travel from here to Montreal, from here to different parts of Canada. So he never really saw his kids. Now, I think that if you're in business, right? When you're in business, you have control.
Right. Yeah.
When you create your own business, you have control of your hours. Whether you like it or not. You do. That's what it is. But you also need to understand that if you are willing to sacrifice something as important as time with your kids, then the payout better be big.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the mom guilt that you're talking about, I think, is felt, but obviously maybe a father doesn't feel it as much, but I adore every second I spend with my children.
Yeah.
Right? If I can take them to school every morning, that's priority to me.
But that's because you cancel everything out.
Right,
so maybe he didn't do that.
No,
maybe he didn't.
No,
cancel
he didn't.
everything.
He didn't cancel everything out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm willing to cancel some things out to be with my kids because yes, my kids are in school for a good amount of the day. Mm-hmm. My kids will have other things to do, but any small amount of time that I can spend with them is valuable to me.
Yeah.
Like yesterday on Saturday, I spent the whole 2 days with them. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to do anything else except be with them.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where I'm trying to get at, like scheduling yourself.
Right.
Because you're scheduling yourself and you're oh my God.
But what I'm trying to say is that you don't need to. Your kids only
can't even say that word.
Prioritize. Your kids need to know that you're there. Mm-hmm. Your kid needs to know that you love them. Mm-hmm. But if you neglect these things to just do business, then yes, they're gonna grow up hating you.
Exactly, but that's
need to know
why
how to balance
you need to balance. You need to balance. You need to schedule. You have to schedule your family in. You got to schedule your dates with your husband and wife. You got to schedule sex time with them too. Let's just be real.
All right.
Right? And you got to schedule work time. If you don't do that, you're just going to lose everything and everything's going to go to shits. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what she was saying, like, schedule yourself, plan yourself, right? But when you're at that meeting, just try not to feel that.
But when are you making that meeting?
What do you mean?
When is that meeting happening? Because that's important too. Because if your kids are in school, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You have those 8 hours.
Exactly.
Right?
But let's say, like, the meeting's in the evening, right?
But why is it in the evening?
I don't know, for whatever case it may be in the evening.
But it depends on the business and what you're trying to do. If you're purposely just making them in the evening, that's fine.
No, not purposely. I'm not saying that. I'm just
saying.
So
no matter what that.
No matter what, like, or let's say you have to fly out for the weekend or something. You have to do that. Like, try to not get that mom guilt, that to not let you stop you, and just remember when you get back, try to spend that whole day with them.
So those moms that were there at this mom brunch that you went to, mom brunch?
The mom,
boss
so not mom. Mom boss brunch, yes.
Mom boss brunch. Those moms that were presenting and speaking, they were moms?
They were all moms.
Okay.
Certain, some of them have to travel sometimes.
How did they, well, clearly
some of them had to travel with one child and the other child would stay with the dad. They had to balance the shit out.
But what I'm saying is they didn't just up and go.
No.
They figured it out.
They figured it out, yeah.
Maybe one of them brought their kids, maybe one of them left them with the dad, maybe one of them. So, yes, that mom guilt, if you can bring them with you, of course, that'd be great.
Yeah.
If you can't, then figure it out.
Yeah.
But don't neglect telling them you love them.
No, that's a whole different story. I'm talking about the mom guilt. The mom guilt, I know you don't understand because you don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Usually moms get it.
Right.
Moms get it all the time.
Right.
When I'm at home and let's say a client calls me, I feel that mom guilt because I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this client calling me? I cannot not pick up their phone call.
Right.
Right? So now I have to tell my kids to be quiet.
Right.
Because I got to answer this client's call. That right there is giving me that mom guilt.
But why do you feel guilty? That's my question. Where's the guilt coming from?
Because now I have to tell my kids that are having fun to be quiet. Because let's just say for some reason I can't go outside, it's freezing outside, or I don't know, the case may be I can't leave the room. Let's just say. So now I got to tell them to be quiet. Right there and then, me doing that made me feel that mom guilt.
Do you don't think they would understand?
Right, but for us moms, it's logical that clearly they will understand.
But that's what I'm saying.
But that mom guilt, you still get that mom guilt, and that's a feeling that only moms can understand.
I get that, but what I'm saying is, those kids, whether it's your kids or anybody else's kids, just children in general, they don't need you to stuff them all the time. They just need certain basic things.
Right.
They need to know that you love them. They need to know that you care for them. They need to know that you're there for them. And they will respect discipline.
Right.
So if they see, like, if
but that's what she was saying. Like, they will grow up and they will respect you and see the hard work that you've done.
Right.
Right.
But you got to tell them. So, for example,
that balance.
For example, if you say, okay, niños, look, listen, I'm gonna get some phone calls. When mommy's on the phone, it's serious business. So I need you guys to just calm down and relax. There's no reason to feel guilt. You're telling them, I'm with you right now. I'm playing with you. But when that phone rings, you need to give me 2 to 3 minutes to handle this shit. Because or else, how the fuck am I gonna feed you?
No, for sure, 100%. But that's why you can't let that mom guilt stop you.
You want to eat rice and fried egg the whole day?
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't let that mom guilt stop you. That's pretty much what they were also saying yesterday.
I think if you're open to and this is what I was trying to say. If you're open and honest with them and tell them, okay, this is what the business is about. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, like letting them know what you do.
Letting them know. Listen, this is how my time is. Like. Obviously, I'm here, but, you know, if I need to pick up this phone call, I need to pick it up. So I need you guys to be quiet.
And you'll know if your kids are understanding or not.
Yeah.
They'll know.
Yeah.
You know, and then they'll hear them.
But I'm trying to say that's how to maybe numb the mom guilt a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know how to deal with the travel one, but in terms of being around
Well, that's what she was saying. Like, you shouldn't feel that way anymore. Like, there's FaceTime now. There's so Skype. Many things that you can connect to your kids to show them, like, okay, mommy's here. But just know, like, when I get back, you know, whatever, or you have them read a book for you while you're on FaceTime. Like, there's ways to control that mom guilt. Yeah. That's where she was trying to get at. As in numbing it, trying to numb it is by doing those things when you travel.
Right.
Right? Like, when I went to Texas, that's what I did. I FaceTimed them all the time.
Did you feel guilty?
A little bit, just because I didn't know how the hell to handle myself being alone in a room, and I was like, this has not happened in years.
But now, if you were to do it again, you would know how to do it.
Yes, I would know how to deal with it, and I would feel a little bit more comfortable.
And if mom was alive, you would probably leave him with mom and feel even 10 times better.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, then there you go. So some of those moms who have a mom or a parent or a family member that they can be like, oh, I feel so much. I feel guilty, right? I mean, I guess I get it. I don't know what it feels like. Maybe there is dad guilt. I don't know. But the reason I don't feel guilt is because I tell them. Yeah. Like, I show them. Like, when I'm with you, I'm with you. Even if it's just sitting down watching TV, like, nothing. Like, I want to be with them. They know I want to be with them. They know I enjoy my time with them. Yeah. Right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't mean we have to go out. But just being there with your kids is important. Like I said, taking them to school. I love taking them to school. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love doing that. And even though out of 24 hours, it's literally from wake up to breakfast to going is about an hour, hour and a half, that's my hour and a half with them. And I know that for them forever is in their head. Like, my dad takes me to school every day or or 4 times a week or whatever, or 5 times a week or whatever it is. Like, my dad takes me to school. And I love every second of it. Yeah. Like, I play music with them, I sing, we dance.
Well, that's where the balance comes.
Right, but what I'm saying is that I know that they're in school, so I know that they're gonna be with their friends, and then after that, that's when I'm with them. Yeah. After that, later on in the evening, I'm with them, and then again we start to cycle again. But if I'm gonna feel guilty sitting here while they're in school having fun,
that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any damn sense. So I spent my time with them. I did my job. I did my thing as a dad. They know it. I know it. Boom. They go to school. I go to work. Boom, 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 boom. We meet up again and we hang out again. Until they're teenagers and they're like, fuck off, dad.
Yeah, exactly. Because those years
and then I'm going to...
No, those years only last for a little bit. So it's like you need to try to balance it.
I'm going to be so extra when I go to high school. I'm going to drop them off in front because I'm an asshole like that. Just like, I love you, baby. I love you. Dad,
aren't you happy those kilts are done? Aren't you happy those kilts are gone?
Oh, they're gone?
Yeah, the kids can't wear kilts no more.
I didn't even know.
They're all pants.
Oh, cool. Well, who knows? That's cool. But either way, I'm still going to embarrass them.
You're telling me you wouldn't have freaked out if your girls had to go to high school.
That shit would be down to their ankles.
Yeah, okay. And then they would roll it up after?
Roll it up my ass. Kick you in the ass if I see that.
I can see you randomly posting up in the high school just trying to see where they are.
Que eres una puta. You're a delgado, not a puta. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I enjoy my time with my kids, man. I enjoy time with them. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't feel guilty because I know that they know that daddy loves them, and as long as they know that, I can go about my business. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people neglect to do that.
Yeah.
And just go full force into business.
Yeah, no.
And that's where those kids, as they grow up, they're going to be like, where the fuck were you when I needed you?
Yeah, no, you need to balance
Why didn't you take me to school? Why did you get, grandma to take me to school?
Yeah.
Or why did you get, Tia or Tio to take me to school? Or why, you know what I'm saying? Like, why did you do these things? Why? Like, if you had the time to do it, you didn't have to. I understand that parents go to work and they can't take their kids to school. That's different. Yeah, but I'm saying if you run your own business, you run your own hours.
Yeah,
so if you don't value certain hours for certain people, like for me, my time with my kids super valuable. I'm not gonna be here earlier than what I already said I'm gonna be here because I'm taking my kids to school. So don't expect me to come earlier for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, don't.
Yeah.
Don't, because I'm gonna take my kids to school no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I value that time.
Yeah. So balance is key. That's a good topic for today.
I don't even think we had a topic. We just went on a rant. How long did we do this for? Ooh, we went over than what we thought.
Okay, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta run.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, balance is key. Make sure to follow Delgado.accounting, VivoPlan, and Melis.vida.
Yeah, it should be down there. I know you like putting it. There's a nice little touch. But again, thank you guys. Let's get it Monday. Let's get it. Let's have a wicked week. And let's cheer on Toronto FC because we're going to be a champions again, baby. That's 2 championships now.
Okay, I don't know. Ooh, okay, bye.
Boy. Bye. Take it easy, guys.